Alright, back with some more disco. We got some big time things happening this session. Some big moments, big
A
story
rusty ladder
moments.
leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Come on, Kim. Where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
Won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now. All you
Let's
need
go.
to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I did it, Kim. I teleported.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear,
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Stones fall. It's a long way down. Glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Antiquated office furniture? Last century, maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This overturned table is converted into orange mildew, crawling with something.
2 rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get this door open.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How do you even get there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
He's quite proud of himself.
Maintenance entrance? So pedestrian.
Yes. It's cool to risk your life climbing rickety ladders. Anyway, let's investigate these passages.
Old file folders in the cart, documents, silvery with mold. Series of thick, dusty panes of glass. The beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one's slept here in months, maybe years. These possum plates are full of dust and spider webs. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. Same slit window you saw from outside.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary? This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of. Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers.
Could the killer have used this as a hideout?
It's a great place to hide, certainly. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Can't see the whirling in rags. Shot didn't come from here.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
The lieutenant's voice betrays a slight disappointment, which he glosses over by reasserting control.
Footprints in the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. Tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A ghost?
Either way, we ought to be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
You really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
I saw the boot prints too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
We found out Everett's plan to take the harbor. Maybe we should tell Joyce about it?
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but...
Well, we know what Joyce knows about the murder, but I may have other things to discuss with her.
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
If you must.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
Let's try not to worry, he thinks. If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think's waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Concrete pipe buried in the sand and dust. Feels strange. This coat, I believe, is new, and also it was mentioned by Shivers earlier. It was like, oh, a white coat under a pipe. Who knows if you'll ever get to it. Stick with police coat for now. Wait, did I already check this? Money, that's very important.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the setting, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once, but her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlpool of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. No, buddy, that's not going to happen. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
Help, Kim. My brain's on fire.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAM frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Fat Angus said you had a pale emitter.
That boy's really gotta learn to keep his trap shut. And it's not a bloody pale emitter. It doesn't emit pale.
You should probably check on Kim. It doesn't sound like he's doing all too well.
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength barrier. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her to me, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
What's this goddamn pale anyway?
The pale? It's the end of the world.
How'd you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
2, 1, 10, this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like a rifle. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. It was Classier was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your own boys told us you were on the coast.
My boys?
Yeah, the ones you poached from Titus. Titus himself.
What is this? I thought Titus and I had a decent collegial relationship. Oh, doesn't even matter. How can they be my boys when they're not even my friends? Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people who people like. How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you calling me the human can opener? It's not personal, but I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me?
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
Would you say that Lely was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like wild pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate it, okay?
Other questions?
I'm listening.
You have an alibi for when Lely was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardenne. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
There's some mysterious pinball machines and some pretty mysterious rooms in the whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
What about elevators? You like elevators?
The fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Not even quaint old rickety ones?
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
Okay then, other questions. Actually, it looked like there was a secret way to the whirling roof.
Don't know it. But also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
Did you leave any flowers for Classier on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
These weren't just flowers. Symbols of the revolution.
So now I'm using revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Okay, so maybe you didn't have Maybells.
No, I did not.
You like to hang out on roofs?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I need to be prepared for your arrival.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
You have a gun.
And?
Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles?
No, they're not practical. Break too often.
Well, there's something else I wanted to ask you about then.
Yeah, evidence.
You're running drugs for the Union.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow.
No, he didn't. I found him on my own.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved. Tommy didn't betray.
You got a financial incentive to kill the merc.
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun, has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
Then it's going to be easy to reach the machine now.
You're threatening us with it?
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun in the compressor, she's afraid of me.
Okay, let's take a step back here.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to know all this, but I forgot. I lost my memory recently. I can't talk here.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? Now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Clasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
She said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like you'd been hanged.
Pretty weird that you came up with the plan on the spot.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She looks shaky. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys.
That's bad that she'd be so calm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
You think she killed Lily herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried you think she might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going, fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
For his radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
You know what the bunker next door, buddy?
What bunker?
Just a bunker. Have you been there?
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp, but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Knock it down. Pretty slow moving there, Harry. Gotta be quicker than that, bud. Raphael, I mean.
The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
See them fireworks, Kim?
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, boy. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
Don't do it.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Why am I standing here like an idiot?
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
She doesn't deserve to die like this.
A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there, mute. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Oh. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
Cooking utensils. She's prepared herself. Porridge with bananas. Dark water trails in the distance. There's no way out. $8.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. You see a rolled up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Okay, let's carry her over here.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines. Magazines? You should look through them. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. She watches by, motionless.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
I thought there was more here to loot.
The plain red. A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. This was important to her when it was still hers. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Lely died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Anything about the Puta Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Read the entry from the 9th.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Things played out just as she had feared, except you didn't shoot her. It's in you to do something like this. Kill her. Physically, at least. You could pull the trigger if you had to.
What a coincidence.
Is it? Can you be sure? What if you are secretly being manipulated by La Puta Madre as you pursue this investigation? What if he wiped your memory on purpose? On purpose? That's pretty far-fetched. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
It's the most recent entry.
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks.
Okay. What do you mean, framed?
By the Hardy Boys, by Glacier, by us.
Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
Then who do you think killed the merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
But no one's heard the shot.
maybe there's a Hardy Boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Word up. Yeah, I thought there was a piece of armor here, actually. I forgot to search the shelf. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Alrighty. Trip a save. Oh, what if I have 2 guns? Oh, badass! Just thought that hat I gave to Seal. It's like the closest thing to a cowboy hat.
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend. Your weapon. The barrels of your Villier's 9mm pistol shine threateningly in the cold spring lights.
Kim, there's danger up ahead.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Good. Be ready to take damage.
Hand-eye coordination. Okay, what are we looking at here for my clothes? What can we lose? What can we improve? Reaction speed? That doesn't seem like a good thing to be debuffing right now. So what other pants can I take a look at here? I think I only have one other pair of pants, right? Okay, well I'll put these on, I suppose. Intuition, volition, empathy. Conceptualization, suggestion, -1. That's probably better. Jacket, what are we looking at? Reaction speed. What is this giving me? 2 logic, -1 perception. Okay, I'll put that on. Alright, I think that's good enough.
The white ceramic cuirass hugs your torso, shielding your vitals without adding much bulk to your form. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Decked out in future armor, like a cop ought to be.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
This is the long sought after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study it.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Which seems to be right now. I forgot that you had to put it on to actually accomplish that objective. So yeah, I wish I would have done that a long time ago.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right? Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
He's dangerous.
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Big one's the mercenary at the gates.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
We're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
Stop! This is the police!
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire.
Which one is it? Who's right?
He is. I was wrong.
Pig fuck!
Easy now. No one needs to die here today.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
Hangman, 83%. Let's go.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
I knew you weren't a goddamn scab leader.
Yeah, I don't fucking act so well. Laylee had a hard-on for making faces for you natives. Fucking food aid shit. That shit is done now.
Is this guy Titus literally voiced by the same person with like the same voice? Who are you?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead.
He had blue eyes, didn't he, your colonel?
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
Listen, you're Lely. Everyone said good things about him. He was a talker.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets, squeeze a bit of kit-tass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Lely was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, clay monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Your colonel did not deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here. Today.
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act.
Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did that?
It was someone else. Someone who's not here right now.
How fucking convenient.
He was shot from a great distance. A sniper did it.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now? Huh? How about the kid? Tell me, it's a magic fucking sniper one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Fucking one logic, god damn it. God damn it, dude. One logic. Why doesn't he believe me?
Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver in the man's armored hand, swaying, pointed at her. You move your mouth like a fish gasping for air.
She wasn't even there. No!
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Fuck this!
There's a coarse shuffle against something. Is it a gun?
Gene! Cancel Lizzie! Now!
Oh no. Oh man. Where's Classia? She can explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
Classia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
Garthe, what the hell are you doing here?
What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire! You know how much windows cost?
What do you mean she left?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
God! This is terrible. You're all drunk. Look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Your judgment's impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again, and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
The Wild Pine Reps does not approve of this.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
He isn't just boasting. He really doesn't care. Back out of this now, or it'll get bad.
All right, let me say one more thing.
Fucking waste this fuck!
I'm pretty sure that doesn't lead anywhere, so I pretty much got one option here. And that's to dump all my points into hand-eye coordination. That's what I've been saving them all for. 28%. God damn it. 58% even, bro. 83. Let's go, bro. 2 guns. Come on. Boom. 1.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion.
Look at him. There's a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backwards, eyes full with rage and disbelief, gurgling, muttering something unintelligible.
His lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. A low shot rings. Feel a tapping like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. Then the sound of dice rolling as the cuirass distributes the shot evenly from plate to plate. You got hit. The armor took most of it, but still your ribcage burns. Feels like blood is slowly seeping into your lungs.
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Did he hit the rifleman?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers.
Oh God, watch out!
%3 reaction speed.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen through the darkness and pain.
The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Lower body.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What parts of me are missing?
Most of what's down there.
I don't care. Fuck me.
You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Something very sharp, like broken teeth under your fingers.
What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them, like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
So dark. Can't see anything.
Stay with me. You hear me? Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him.
Yes.
The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands.
No! Kim! Kim!
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. All it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Will I be a ghost now?
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them, scaring each other, haunting each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't rattle windows or write letters in blood. The living do. Leave them behind. Rest.
No. Let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours. Hurting. Moaning in his sleep. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs and feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers. Thrashing in his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
I wasn't sure what the skill check was for Kim handing him the gun. Totally forgot. So that was a bit of a gamble, dumping all my points in hand-eye coordination there. And you can't even put points into
You see the lieutenant's familiar
it at the
shape
end, but
in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple from the pain.
Kim.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
The room. It's clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
What happened?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued.
Is he dead?
Yes.
A blood-stained killer.
I'm a killer.
You're an officer of the RCM. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him.
He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit.
I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene?
Yes, he's still alive too. You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you warned me. I was able to disarm Officer De Paul before she got the jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened.
And they're all dead? All three of the contractors?
De Paul was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate.
Why?
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
Thought you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
How many casualties on the Union side total?
5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Elizabeth too. Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener.
She didn't make it?
No, she bled out before Everard's surgeon could help her. Everard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership.
If I would have presented the theory better to their leader.
She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place. There was no way to convince them.
And that's
all.
Total shit show, Kim.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success.
+1. Ruby.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire.
Can I walk?
We will see.
You hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
Okay.
Easy now. How are you?
I feel fantastic. Let's rock.
He nods.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce is gone?
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Claudia too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
You checked? She's really...
Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the Tribunal showing up.
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
It's because I'm Laputa Madre's peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
Well, fucking Maybells, Kim. The flowers.
What?
This one, remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
The goddamn footprints, too.
Yes. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
There's still a 28% probability the shot came from a distance.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
Well, it was an antique bullet from a Belmagrave 4.46 millimeter. How hard can it be to find one of those? How hard can it be?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches. Revolutionary era.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
Can't believe they're fucking useless.
No need to be melodramatic.
Well, miracle hasn't happened. It's not over yet.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you. It's morning outside, you think.
It's simple, I suppose. We have to locate communism. Communism killed them.
I'm afraid we may not be able to locate communism, Detective, on account of it being dead.
Okay.
A nod.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is super easy.
Really? Because to me, it seems solving crimes is hard.
He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must be making him dizzy.
You're not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs. Taut, plucked like a string by the gust.
We should check Classier's room. Upstairs.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Newly replaced glass shining in the morning light. Your traffic outside. Back in the world again. Look, the door's open. You can walk right into Kim's room. See gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. The Stereo 8 player has reunited with its right speaker. Alright, what was I about to say? Oh, right, that last option. Solving crimes is super easy. I wasn't sure if that was going to come across as sarcastic or him being kind of literal. So it shows it. Anyway, it's very busy, productive session of Disco Elysium. That's going to be it for this one. More high-octane action to come. Likes, comments, always appreciated. Till next time. Bye for now.